Imagine growing up with a family secret so big that no one ever spoke of it. I thought I knew everything about my uncle, how he was a strong, loving man who tragically passed away from skin cancer. But what I didn't know would change everything. Today, I'm sharing a story about my uncle, a story that no one in my family ever wanted to tell. And the truth? Well, it's way more complicated than I ever thought. When I was a kid, my uncle was one of the mystery relatives. He lived far away, so we only saw him a handful of times, but he came up in family stories a lot. Stories that made him sound like a hero, someone everyone admired. I remember hearing my parents talk about him. They always spoke with so much love. He was the adventurous one, the one who traveled the world and lived a life full of mystery. But then, when I was still in primary school, everything changed. My uncle got sick, really sick. I remember hearing the adults talk quietly about it. Skin cancer, they said. It all seemed so sudden. Not long after that, I was told he passed away. Skin cancer, the doctor said. And that was it. My uncle was gone, and all I knew was that he had died from something as simple as skin cancer. At least, that's what I thought. Years later, when I was working at my first real job, something unexpected happened. One of my aunts casually dropped a bombshell, something that completely changed the way I looked at everything I thought I knew about my uncle. It was just a casual conversation at first, one of those catching up chats. But then my aunt said something that made my blood run cold. Yeah, your uncle never really got to live his truth. You know, he had HIV and died from complications from AIDS. I froze. It was like the ground beneath me shifted. How could she say that so casually? No one in my family had ever talked about it. I had always been told it was skin cancer. It turns out my uncle had kept a huge part of his life hidden from everyone. A part no one dared to speak of. The truth about his death was something my family had buried deep. So deep that even my own siblings had no idea. From that moment on, everything changed. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Why had no one ever told me? Why had my family kept this secret for so long? My siblings and I were told nothing. It was like the truth had been wiped from existence. All the stories, all the memories, they felt like lies. Now, whenever his name came up, it was always with the same old story. He died of skin cancer. But now, I knew the truth, and I couldn't ignore it. But here's the twist. This secret wasn't just about my uncle. It was about something much bigger. By the time I discovered the truth, I had already begun to question my family's values, their openness. Why had they chosen to silence such an important part of my uncle's life? Was it shame, fear, or something else? Growing up, I heard the warnings. Don't forget the sunscreen. Your uncle died from skin cancer. Those words were drilled into my mind. But now, looking back, I realize that's not the story at all. What if we were never told the truth because my family feared something deeper? A fear of not just the disease, but of the truth about who my uncle really was. Maybe, just maybe, my uncle wasn't just another victim of illness. He was someone who'd been silenced by the very people who loved him. And now, I'm finally telling his story. The truth was out there. It always had been. But sometimes the hardest part of any secret is knowing why it was kept in the first place. If you've ever had a family secret like this, I want to hear from you. Let's start a conversation. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more Untold stories.